Hey team, Melissa from Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia here. I am super excited that we are on part 3 of the pacing toolkit. So this is exclusively for you, either my newsletter members or my Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia membership. So my membership is a sliding scale membership, and what happened was you had access to all 3 videos immediately, a week before everybody else, in addition to the audio. So in case you prefer to listen to them as a podcast, you get that, plus the downloadable PDF of all the talks and the information and the links, plus 3 templates to help you with it: the pacing worksheet, perpetual cleaning plan, and the daily symptom log. So if you want to join us, get started. It's all going to be available in there permanently, and there are way more toolkits and resources and information in there, and there's way more coming. This is really the place where I am able to let loose and help you as much as possible. Today we are getting practical. We have talked about what pacing is, how we can get started, what it can include, what it looks like for me, so that you can get a sense of what it can look like for you, and more. So get out your worksheet if you're a member and you've already downloaded it, or grab a sheet of paper and take notes. Remember to have your activity tracking sheets and all of your stuff that you were writing down for your baselines, and let's do this. So let's talk about the big stuff. Have you already written in your rating scale? And was it a surprise to you? How far outside of this is your life currently structured? Is there a huge difference? And are there some things that need to change? It's likely that you've had kind of an inkling that some of these things need to change, or you've had a sense that something needs to change for you to be able to manage better. Write it all down. Well, you may not be able to do it immediately, but identifying it and then being able to work towards it can make a real difference. So I knew for a long time that working full-time wasn't working for me. I had to work predominantly on the computer. That's where my skills lay, and I needed to reduce, and I needed to do that space, because I would literally get home from work and be in so much pain that I'd cook up one batch of roast vegetables and eat it over the week with like a tin of tuna or something, because I couldn't cook. I didn't have the energy to read. I didn't have the energy to do anything other than watch television series on DVD in my bed with my heat pack. I was miserable, and I was like 25. And on the weekend, I didn't really do much either. Sunday was pretty much a write-off. So I knew that it had to happen. And when the opportunity presented itself, boy, did I act fast. So that's the big stuff. Really take the time to work through it and think how you can get there. So let's talk about the smaller stuff, the stuff that you can more likely tackle quickly. So are there any non-negotiables that you can just get out of your life right now? Things that drain you or don't need to be done by you? So as an example, vacuuming the upstairs and rumpus rooms of our house is physically quite tiring. So actually normal vacuuming is quite tiring for me. I don't know why that's so hard compared to other things, but anyway. It's hard, I get tired, so I delegate that to my husband. So on my little cleaning plan I've created, I leave that for the weekend and I get my husband to do it. Maybe you're working and you could set aside some of your cleaning tasks for a cleaner to help you. All of those little things really add up. So anything you can get rid of it. Anything you can say no to, say no. The next question is to help you visualize what you can do. So what is within your current energy envelope? Because it's good to look at what you can do and not what you can't do only. So look at those little things that you can do every week or day, especially things that make you feel good, right? Say you have something you love to do. Maybe you used to love painting big canvases, but that's just a big nightmare now to clean up and to stand around for that long. Maybe you could get yourself a coloring book with some coloring pencils and do it seated comfortably in your chair. So have a think about what you can do. So another thing that's good to do is to set goals that have come to mind, and then you can start to work towards them. So maybe goals to increase your capacity, or goals to kind of improve your life, like, making reductions and saying no to things. So if you set your goal, then you can start to set how to work on it. So maybe you're committed to something right now, but you can start to make an action plan for backing out of it. Write it down, because I really think that so many of us have got to this point where we don't realize we can say no anymore. We need to start saying no. So let's talk about what kinds of things can help. So what increases your capacity? Is it sleep? Is it rest? Is it a massage? Write it all down. For me, that's yoga, sleeping as well as possible, seeing a physiotherapist, meditation. Those things help because it's really important to know what helps, because then you can integrate them into your life and they kind of help you build your capacity. And then next you can write up your self-care mechanisms. So what do you want to enact every day? What really makes a difference to you each day? So perhaps you have to keep working for now, but could you meditate during your lunch break or in the car before you pick your kids up? I actually used to do that. So I realized that meditation really made a difference for me. And I think I finished work at 3 o'clock at this point, and I would drive the car, park outside of where my son's carer was, close the windows, close the doors, turn on a 10-minute guided meditation, and that would just perk me up just enough to get through the evening. So little things like that become part of your framework. And sometimes I think we get so overwhelmed with everything we've got going on that we forget those little coping mechanisms, or we don't make them non-negotiable. Let's find out what works for us and make them non-negotiable and fit them into your life and do it every single day so it becomes habit. So in the last box, if you're working on your worksheet, write down some of the things that have been on your mind to try. So CBD oil is something that's on my list, but it's actually really expensive and by prescription only here in New Zealand at the moment. I'm also a bit too scared to try it, and then it helps, and then it's too expensive to continue. But I think it's really nice while we're working on all of this stuff to write down those things that we've been wanting to try and experiment with. I know it's not specifically pacing, but it is specifically improving our quality of life. So let's get into the nitty gritty. So looking at our daily rhythm. So what works best for you? So when do you go to bed? When do you have rest breaks? What are your work hours? All those sorts of things, the things that we can do now in our days. So what is your current work to rest ratio? For example, maybe for you, you are right now doing half an hour of rest for every 15 minutes of activity. So maybe you do the dishes and then you have to rest on the couch. So what does that ratio look like for you? And how are you helping yourself adhere to it? And are you working on a goal for gently increasing it? And if you want to work on exercise, where are you at right now? And what is your goal or plan of attack? So maybe you're doing 5 minutes of stretching or yoga a day, and perhaps you want to add one more stretch that takes an extra minute each day for a few days. Then maybe you want to add another. This could be an entire training in itself, but this is about symptom reduction, not the amount of time you exercise. Let me say that again. This is about symptom reduction. I don't care how much you exercise, especially if you already manage the minimum recommended amount for cardiovascular health. This is about your symptoms and making an improvement in your quality of life. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in an extra training on, and I'll see what I can do. So another thing that can be tricky to manage, which can be paced out, is household management tasks. So I have a template that can help you allocate your tasks across the week as fit with your current schedule and energy needs. So for example, I do the linen and make the beds on a Monday. I do the vacuuming in the living areas and the dusting on a Tuesday. On Wednesdays, I don't schedule anything big because that's the day I have a few hours dedicated to my work. On Thursdays, I do all of the wipe down. So anything that can be wiped down and disinfected, I do. Fridays are for the bathroom and toilet, and then we go into the weekend fairly clean. But on the weekend, I allocate those tasks I can share with my husband. Like we talked about the vacuuming of the bedrooms and the rumpus room and the yard work. That's not something that I'm really good at. It doesn't always work out like that, but the system helps me to spread it out. So I don't get to Friday and go, shoot, I've got nothing done. The house is a mess and we're about to have everybody at home. And I have a template to help you write that up for yourself. So if you're in the membership, you just download it. If you want to go and get it from my Etsy store, I'll provide a link for you. So you can also do this kind of plan with meal planning and shopping. So I order our shopping online and I have it come on a Friday, and then on Sunday we cook a little bit extra to help with the week. So not only do I do my cooking, and I always cook double, so I never cook one meal at a time. So if I'm cooking mince, I cook enough say chili to do a couple of meals, but I also have something for my husband to cook as well, so that we end up with quite a few things for the week, because I hate cooking and it's actually really difficult to do with 3 small children. So little things like that can be scheduled and put into your overall day. So have a look at what your day or week looks like. Have a look at what you can add in to help yourself cope. Have a look at what you can take out again to help yourself cope. And then have a look at how you can allocate things carefully across the week to get up with it. So what you have to get done doesn't necessarily have to be all done on the same day. So just have a look at your week plan and see how you can work it all out. Now, I know that there are people here who just have no help and no way to change those big things. But you do have a choice on what day you do the linen and what day you do the vacuuming, yeah? So do your best to spread it out so you're not doing it all at once. And I didn't really encourage you to find those little things that help you and put them into the day, because it is not selfish to look after you. So if sitting down with your heat pack for 5 minutes helps you, please just do it and schedule it into your day. All those little things, they actually do make a difference. So if you need to talk about this, if you've got some like questions, or if you're not sure really how you could make it work in your life, the Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia Inner Circle Facebook group, we're going to be chatting about all these things. You are always welcome to ask questions there. If you are a member in the Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia membership, you are always welcome to request a training on specific areas. Well, anybody's welcome to request a training on specific areas, but I prioritize the members' questions because I can't do everything all the time. So I hope that this has really helped you. I hope that you are going to start taking even one concrete thing away from today to help you. That's what I hope. I always hope that what I do has helped in some way, even if it's not going to be some ginormous lifestyle change. Tell me that there's one thing that can help you that you will do. So what have I got for you to keep going? So in the Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia exclusive library, we have the videos, we have the audios, we have the downloadable PDF with all the links of this talk. There's the pacing worksheet, the daily symptom log, the Perpetual paced cleaning plan, so that will help you allocate your task across the week. If you're not in the membership library, I highly encourage you to join. It's a sliding scale membership and it gives you access to all of my best toolkits and trainings and resources. It's really worth it, and my members who are part of it love it. But if you want some of these templates, some of them are available in my Etsy store, and I can give you the link to those. We have the meal planning kit, the pacing activity log, the Perpetual paced cleaning plan. Unfortunately, the pacing worksheet and daily symptom log are only available in my membership right now. But to give you an example of the cost comparison, the templates available in my Etsy store are around $8 each. So very affordable. I keep everything as affordable as possible. But in the exclusive members library, it starts at just $10 a month. So all of those templates and toolkits and resources it's less, right? If you're buying those three templates, you're just getting those templates. But if you come into the membership, you're getting everything, including everything I have yet to make for you. But the other thing is that you're supporting my mission. So I am asking for help now. I have been creating these tools for a long time. I have over 200 posts on melissavsfibromyalgia.com. I have over 100 videos on YouTube. I've been running the Facebook support groups for a long time. So I'm just asking that you help me so that we can make sure that people who need these resources, people with fibromyalgia, experience the tools, the education, the information, and the support from the beginning, because I did not have that. I had to make this all up as I went. I had to pull in the research. I had to try it all myself. And it was hard and it was tiring and it took longer than it should have. So that's why I have this going, not only to help you, but so that you can help me keep doing it. Yeah, so if you wanted to add the mindful movement and the breathing, the meditation as well, it's actually $20 a month for both libraries. So you can have yoga every single month and all of these tools, plus the Foundations of Yoga for Chronic Pain and Fatigue is in the yoga library. So basically you'll get hundreds of dollars of mindful movement, breathing, and meditation for the price of like one one-off class in a studio per month. That's how serious I am about this stuff and keeping it accessible. So that's it for this series. I really want to know if it helped. So come and join the Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia Inner Circle Facebook group. Join the thread where we're sharing our tips. Join the thread where we're sharing what area of pacing we're working on. Let's work through it together. Let's support each other, give each other ideas of what we're doing. And most importantly, please choose something and enact it. My wish for you is that something will help you improve in some small way. I mean, my ultimate wish is for us to all be cured, but in the absence of that, let's look for improvement. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for you, and I will catch you again soon.